Welcome to another episode This Week in Metropolis. I'm Matt, this is James, and yeah, we're back with another show, fourth episode of season 12. Where's it gone? A third of the way in. So today we're absolutely overjoyed to have Connie on the show. She's going to be sharing some stories with us, and we're going to be talking about what we've seen in the last week and regular sections that we always have, question marks back for a little bit of a twist. And also anniversary spread, the one that you all want to see at the end. See if I win again.
Come on, Connie.
Standard. Anyway, James, if no one's ever listened to us before, where'd they find us?
Well, first and foremost, where have you been? Exactly. But they can find us everywhere. You are probably watching live right now on YouTube or Facebook or on Twitch. But you can also catch up on the show in audio form on Spotify, Google, Apple Music, Amazon Music, MySpace, Bebo, all of them classic things that Connie's probably never heard of because she's a lot younger than us. But before we get into that, let's watch the intro.
The latest pop culture news with your hosts, James and Matt. Welcome to This Week in Metropolis.
And we are live with Connie with the copyrighted police signs. She also has the other one. That's it. That's the Connie pose that we all love from the Dawn of Comics quiz, which if you haven't ever seen the Dawn of Comics quiz, then you do need to check that out.
Check it out.
Hi, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here. It's my first time on the show. Long time listener, first time caller type vibes, you
know. Love it. And yeah, you're right. We've kind of crossed paths a few times, most notably on the Dawn of Comics quiz, which is where we seem to meet most of our guests these days. It seems. Shane's going to need to start bringing in some new blood into the quiz, I think. Just
exactly.
So we're going to run out of contestants. There's only so many of us.
Exactly. Now, we know you from your skills on the quiz and your knowledge of all things comic book and books. You are what I've put down, a book and comic super fan.
I would say knowledge is a bit of a stretch. Like, I saw that and I was like, have you seen how I perform on the quiz? Sometimes it's not great. It's
Where did you? Well, you are a fan of books and novels. We see on your Instagram, you're doing a challenge a bit like myself at the moment. Are you trying to do one book for every week of the year, something like that?
I am trying to read 250 books this year.
Whoa!
I read 200 and I think it was 82 books last year, but I count like trades in that too. So like I'll count comics as a book. Like I'm a big believer that any form of the written word on a page or an audiobook, like they all count in my opinion. So any way that I can get a book in, I count. So I want to do 250. I am just about to start book 13, so I'm doing pretty good.
I've got nothing but respect for that. I think I've said before on the show, I love books and I constantly buy books. And there's so many that I see and think, I really want to read that and that, but I struggle so much to read a book. Like, apart from I've always got so much going on in my head and doing a podcast and like kids and all of that stuff, but also just I don't know, just dedicating myself to that one thing and sitting down and concentrating from that period of time. I find it really, really difficult. When do you read? Like, or is it just constantly that you're reading?
Kind of like on the go. So I don't drive. I live in England at the minute, so I drive at home in Belfast. So I do significantly less reading at home, but I typically get the bus or walk everywhere when I'm here. So I'll listen to an audiobook sometimes when I'm walking, or I'll sit on the bus and just read on my phone. But it's typically like before bed. I'm trying this new adult thing where I like turn my phone off and put it on the other side of the room, set my alarm for 7, and then I'll read like 100 pages and then I'll go to sleep. So
100 pages.
Amazing. Do you know what? Just to add to that, I used to, when I used to get the bus into work, that is probably the only time, and even when I lived down in London, if I got the train, I would be reading on there. I used to love reading autobiographies and things like that. But my problem is I'd be reading it and it's just one of them things where all of a sudden you start to feel your head go or your eyes start falling and I go, oh God.
I find it stops me making like awkward eye contact with people on buses, because I'm one of those people, like if I'm on a bus, I'll just sit and like zone out, like I don't pay attention to what's happening around me.
Stare into their soul.
Occasionally I'll like zoom back in and I'm just staring straight at someone. So if I'm reading, it stops that happening. So yeah, it's been a bit awkward sometimes.
There's always that one person on the bus.
What is your selection in terms of books? Have you got a type or a favourite sort of genre as such?
Not really. I typically buy good covers, so I am like a cover buyer, which I know is really bad. But in my opinion, buying books and reading books are two separate hobbies. I love going book shopping. Like it's like my favourite pastime. I'll go to like charity shops or normal book shops like Waterstones and have a little wander around. I'll always leave with the book. But sometimes like I'm like, oh, I don't really want to read it yet, so it gets put on a shelf. And then but I'm doing another challenge on Discord. I'm in like a book server because I'm like that much of a nerd, where you tell people like a list of 5 books and then they'll pick your next read for you. So I think it takes forcing me to read some books I've been neglecting for a while.
And has there been any surprises? Sorry, James, I couldn't interrupt you in this episode. Has there been any surprises in the recommendations that you've had?
Yeah, I just finished a book called The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which I picked up because my friend on Instagram said that it was like the best book they read in 2021. And I was like, oh, well, I saw it in a charity shop for $1.50, so I picked it up. And then I was like, oh, it's kind of historical vibes, like I don't want to read it. Outstanding. Probably one of the best books I've ever read.
Wow.
I love that. And that's the same for me. I mean, not that I can do that on a book level, but for me, it's the same with movies and TV shows. If there's one that is so obscure and you go, oh, I've heard of it, but not ever seen it. And then you watch it and you go, oh my God, how has that kind of gone out of my radar and how have I missed that? Because it's, there's a show, Matt, I don't know if you've heard it. I think it had really big reviews called Game of Thrones. It's supposed to be quite good.
No, don't ring a bell.
No, that is awesome though. And this Discord thing, Matt, you're probably more clued up on this because I feel like in my old age, it's just passed me by. What is it?
So it's like, I think it's typically used for gaming, but I'm not a gamer, so I can't really speak to what it's actually supposed to be for. But it's kind of like you join like a community and you just talk within that community, and it's people that have similar interests join. So the one I'm in that I'd be most active in is that book server. It's got like 1.5 thousand members.
Wow.
So there's like loads of people and there's always a chat to be had, which is good. I like that. I like
that. It's sort of a private forum as such. So like we could set up a This Week in Metropolis Discord, and then we could send out invites and people could join that. And if they so please, they could talk about This Week in Metropolis all the time, which they probably wouldn't want to do, obviously. But yeah, I'm a member of a Pokemon Go Discord, which helps you pair up for raids and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
So you all meet up and raid a village or something?
Oh no, like internationally. So they'll send you'll
raid
join, and they'll do. Yeah, that's it.
Just gangs. It's gang culture, basically. That's
we're doing Iceland tonight. Come down. Yeah, we just empty it.
Empty it out. So many goodies. Well, before we go into our newly named, as of last week's segment, Guest Who, let's just have a look who's with us so far this evening. And if you are joining us live, make sure you get involved in the chat. We've got Shane from Dawn of Comics is here. What day is it? It's only Tuesday. Hello, gentlemen, and hello, Connie, milady. Hi, Shane. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. We've got Martin from Sonic's Comics. Evening all. Ben, Everybody's favourite attention-seeking geek is here. I might be an old man, but the music is super loud, guys. I've turned it down. You're welcome.
It was a bit like a nightclub for a second, yeah.
Yeah, for a second. Connie's like woken everyone up at work.
I was struggling for a minute there. I didn't want to say anything. I was like, hello.
What did you say? We've also got Mr. PMac1, in the words of your guest. Sup, nerds? Oh, yeah.
Which is Phil in that
Sup,
picture.
nerds. It is Phil.
It is
Yeah.
Phil. Oh, he's in the wrong account.
That was his
See.
civilian identity revealed just for a second then.
His
wasn't it?
government name has been leaked.
God's sake, Phil. I like this one. Phil wants to know, are we taking bets on when Connie's internet cuts off? Well,
Not at home. So
Too
She's
late,
not
it's already
home.
happened.
and it's already happened before we went live. But we are on a stable connection now, so that's all good. I don't think. We've got Comic Lad Simon. He's here. Hi, Comic Lad Simon. And Chris from Off My Shelves is here. Hi, Chris.
Chris, are you wearing your comfy Snuggie, whatever it's called, this evening? That's what the
Snuggies for
crowd
life.
wants to know.
I'm just disappointed that Connie's not brought hers to work today.
I feel like I would have looked a bit weird walking through the university library in a hoodie with avocados on it.
I went to nothing's weird really anymore. I went to
That's true.
Peterborough at the weekend, and there was a cafe with seating outside, and there was a clown sitting there having a cup of tea and a fag, making balloon animals.
In one of
Completely
these.
normal. No, full clown,
This
like
best of the part.
face makeup, everything.
Oh.
A real clown. Yeah. So if that's normal in public, come on, it is. Anything's fine.
Yeah, Chris has just confirmed he is wearing his, and he's warm and comfortable. I'm
Good.
so comfortable wearing this. So
He's naked underneath it.
I can confirm I'm not. However, my story does involve this morning when usually when my wife and children go off to school and work before me of the morning, if my car's in front of hers, I need to move it off the drive. So usually if I'm just, got my dressing gown on or whatever, I'll nip out, move the car. This morning I had this on and just my boxers on underneath, and I was quite comfortable in front of all the neighbours that were off to
Good luck.
school and work, happy to see me just wearing this. So
I'm sure
To
they're
be fair,
pleased.
they're really long. Like
They
I
are.
don't know if I'm just short, but mine goes to my knees. So like
my
my stretch skirt was definitely shorter. So
As
like,
long as you didn't yawn
covers
and
my
stretch your
modesty.
arms up, you would be fine.
yeah, the armpits.
So let's
Didn't
move
know that
on
was a
from
thing you guys
my
had to worry about doing the armpits. It's moving up.
and Triple G's just joined. I just see he's here, and he is also wearing his. I tell you, it's a trend. I don't know, if it's going to take off or not, or maybe it already has. But Connie, let's move on from this strange chat about Oodies and whatever. We're going to start with your guest who. I feel like I need to sing some sort
I
of.
was gonna say,
We
Like
haven't got a
you
jingle
get it
for
like a
this, which
jingle?
is a letdown.
Yeah, Marc,
If you want to do a jingle, Connie, let us know. We'll
Yeah.
take it. It's all good.
You wouldn't want to hear it.
but we would.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it live, but let's work on that. We can, we want
We'll
you to be part of
brainstorm.
this show every week. So there you go. A bit like question mark is. There you go. James T. Keegan's here. Snuggies forever. Okay, so we sent you the 5 favourite things, which is something we're asking our guests to come back with their answers, not prior to this. So we don't know what your answers are, and we'll judge you based on it. So no pressure, Connie.
Yeah.
Matt, what one should we kick off with this week?
Favourite band. That's always my keen interest.
So when people ask me this question, I usually lie and say
Really?
The National, because I actually do really like the band The National. But I'm going to say my actual favourite band's My Chemical Romance, and I need to just stop being ashamed of it.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yes,
I don't think
yes,
they're good
right.
bands.
I
Yeah.
feel like when I say that, people are like, okay, emo phase, like, grow up. Like,
But the
As you
funny
brush
thing
your
is,
fringe away from your face.
Yeah.
get out of the way.
The only thing is, My Chemical Romance, Matt, were a band when I was kind of into, like, oh God, I'm showing my age now, but like when I was 18, 19 into Linkin Park and Fall Out Boy and all them
Also
sorts of
like all
bands.
of those bands, yeah.
Like they are all my kind of. I still listen to them bands today, and My Chemical Romance was probably only a couple of years after them, I would say. And
speaking of Fall Out Boy,
mid-2000s.
their new song is outstanding. I genuinely feel like I'm 20 again listening to it.
I listened to it before the show, actually, because you posted it, and I wanted to have heard it so that we could talk about it in case it came up. Yeah, it's really, really good, isn't it?
I feel like they took a bit of a rogue route for a couple of years. They went a bit like, I don't know how I would even describe it, like electronic-y. It was a bit odd. They released this album that called Mania, and I was kind of like, okay, that was a choice. But they now seem to be back to Fall Out Boy, which is lovely. So, yeah.
Well, and a band, just some breaking news from today, and I posted about it before we went live, was Panic at the Disco have announced that they're breaking up.
How can they break up when it's only Brendan Urie left? Like, that's my question. Like, Brian Ross has left, the other guys left too, because they all fell out with each other. So it's just him.
So he's quitting, basically.
Yeah. He's making it official, even though the other guys have kind of already confirmed it.
The last album got slated. Like I think it was the first album that was him alone. It was called like Viva Las Vengeance or something. But it wasn't the best.
Interesting.
I find it interesting that they're quitting now. I think that there's been so much hype recently on social media and that with like indie sleaze and that sort of era coming back. It's a perfect time for a band like Fall Out Boy to come back because they'll be swept up. Now, no, they've not really gone away, but the nostalgia sort of for that era is quite strong. So it's interesting for a band like Panic at the Disco giving up now, but I guess as you say, if there's one person left, they've probably not got much choice.
Yeah, but as Chris rightly says, at least with them gone, the disco will be generally
it'll be fun.
We just need somebody to bring like Chaos now. Chaos at the Disco. That'll be the spin-off band.
Yeah.
That'll be my jingle writing band song name.
That'll be your covers band. You should just do a covers band for all those bands.
It's me singing the Ballad of Mona Lisa over and over again. Like, that's it.
It's fine.
So let's move on from music. We'll move on to your favourite. I want to know what your favourite gadget is. That might say a lot about you.
I don't know if it's cheating to say my phone, but I'm not like
it's a gadget. Yeah.
I'm not like a gadgety person. Like, I'm not one of these people that like, I don't have a favourite like gaming console. I don't actively keep up with technology, but my phone is never further than like an arm's reach from my hand. So I think that's quite telling about me as a person, I guess. I am not one of those people that can leave my phone at home and go out. It actually makes me
sweat. Go back and get it. Do you ever do that thing, Connie, where you've got your phone and you're going, "Where's my phone? Where did I put it?" Oh,
all the time.
I agree. I spend so much time on mine. It's probably quite bad, actually, that I do. But I think, it's
for the good of the podcast, James. So you've got to continue it. Forget your relationships.
Yeah. Daddy, why won't you play with us?
Get me a beer. That's what James says. Yeah.
Well, my screen time is ridiculous, but I'll watch a TV episode on my phone sometimes. Like, I sometimes probably bother get my laptop and stuff, so I'll just watch Netflix on my phone, or I'll watch you guys, which is an hour every week. So maybe it's not.
You can't blame that. You're blaming us for that extra hour a week.
You guys, the Nerd Herd and the Killer Comic Book Show, and any lives that Pete does, and then Ben's new live as well. I'm counting all of them. You're the reason my screen time is like 7.5 hours a day. So,
but we're very grateful.
I'm so sorry, but we're still here. We're here for you, Connie. That's the thing,
Yeah.
What I would say, screen time. I think there are lots of it. YouTube is a killer. I'm not one for TikTok as much, although we have got a TikTok account. But TikTok again, like I'm not even on it that much. But when I do go on it, I just get lost. It's like a rabbit hole.
It's the same as. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing on Vine, where you go on watch one video and 3 hours later you're still going. Like,
is that closed? Is that gone now? Is it still there?
So they
Didn't
were
it
going to
merge
bring
with
it
Twitter
back,
or something like that?
but then they were going to bring it back, and then TikTok happened, so I don't think there was much point.
Yeah, I don't think there's a space for it now. I don't think, TikTok's taken over.
On a note regarding TikTok, there was a story in the last couple of days. Now, apparently they have the employees of TikTok have a button, basically, which is a heating button, and they can decide what things go viral. So it's not just a case of necessarily the algorithm makes it go viral. Is if they've got if TikTok has a special relationship with are we about to have a new guest?
The caretaker.
Instead of them relying on the algorithm, if they have a special relationship with a celebrity or something like that, they can influence what gets in your feed very, very easily.
I know someone that used to work at TikTok, so I'm going to ask them.
Definitely. See if they have.
On that.
It's just a big button.
There's some sort of secret hashtag you can put in that basically pushes you right to the top.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's called The Last of Us because that one seems to be trending a lot. We'll come around to The Last of Us a bit later. But, okay, next, Matt, what are you going for?
Film. What's the film?
Again, I was considering lying to you all. But...
Now, you've got to be honest. You've watched this show. You know what the standards like on this show. It's we had a guy who's a real film buff on the show, and he put his headphones down and stood up a number of times during that show because of the answers we were giving in terms of films. So don't worry about that. He did nearly walk out.
If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know, but it's Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Obsessed.
Really?
Yeah, it's my.
What, of all time? That's your favourite film of all time?
What's special about that for you?
I think it's just one, I'm obsessed with Sebastian Stan, so he's in it a lot. But two, I think it's just like it's the prime time for the MCU for me. Like it's when it came out, 2014. So I was 17. You know, it was a really great time in my life. Had no responsibilities. Just going to the cinema and talking about Marvel on Tumblr. Like that was the prime time of my life.
Good times.
Martin agrees with you.
Great taste. So yeah, I think it's just a nice like comfort movie, and if you've watched it enough times, you can't be surprised by anything. So but I think like the best movie I've ever actually watched was Shutter Island. Like,
what a great film!
Yeah.
God, I haven't watched that. Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah.
Yeah, it's not my favorite film, but it is probably the best film I've ever watched.
That was a really good film.
Yeah.
Isn't there a big twist in it as well? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
It's so good, I can't remember what happened.
Ridiculous twist, like to the point where I actually had to pause it when I watched it, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "What just happened?"
Have you seen it, Matt?
No, I've not seen it.
Add it to your list. Get it on
I'll put
Plex.
it on my list. I'll get it on Plex.
It's really good.
Isn't that Scorsese or someone like that? I think he's quite a big director, isn't it? That did that one.
That's where you've lost.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Marc Ruffalo was in it too.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, really good film. Okay, let's move on to TV then. What's your favourite TV show?
Again, TV show I probably watch the most is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but my favourite TV show
There's a link there.
There's a theme.
I would say my favourite TV show is probably It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV show for drama. I'm not one of those people. Like, people that love like House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, like excellent. I'm so happy for you that you find joy in that, but I just wouldn't. like life is already depressing enough. Why do I want to watch that? So I want to watch like four or five people be silly in a bar in America, you know, and get up to shenanigans. Like,
it's a great film, great show. I've not even gone all the way through. I remember a friend of the show, our friend Adam. He got me into that. Oh my god, it's hilarious, and the cast.
I've never seen
it.
That's another on the list. I've never seen.
Again, unbelievable.
The earlier seasons are a bit rough to get through. You have to give them a bit of grace.
So you put me off it already. If it's you got to get to episode.
It came out in like 2005, and it looks like it was filmed on like a potato. Like, it's rough, but it's still it gets really good.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's great.
Very quotable. Danny DeVito's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's a win. in itself.
He's
Isn't
hilarious.
it?
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He almost is a mockery of himself in it as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah, like
Just
I'm
going back.
convinced.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I'm convinced the character he plays, like Frank Reynolds, I'm convinced it's just Danny DeVito playing Danny
Yeah,
DeVito
Danny
with a
DeVito.
different name. Like,
He's got to that point in his career, hasn't he, where he's like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm playing me.
yeah.
I'm not doing anything else. Like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
It
Why
works.
not?
Just going back to your answer for movies as well. Where's your head at with kind of the Marvel Cinematic Universe now? Are you still enjoying it as much? Because I know me and Matt have got quite mixed views on this with regards to, is it hitting the right heights?
Was one of the pop culture. So one of the things that I was asked was like keep an eye just on like news and find out if anything interests me. This is actually one of the things that I have written down. So Kevin Feige came out yesterday and basically said that he doesn't think people will ever get tired of superhero movies, but I am tired. I am over it. Like, I'm so burnt out with the MCU. Like, I remember it used to have to wait like 8 months in between projects, and that gives you time to, you know, digest the project that came before. You could sort of be like, oh, what do you think's going to happen next? There was loads of mulling, whereas now there's a new project every week. Like,
oh yeah, Disney Plus has changed the game with that, isn't it? It's constant.
Great during the pandemic, where every week you had something to look forward to. Like, there was WandaVision, and then there was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then there was Loki. Like, it was nice to have that, but now we're not in a pandemic anymore. I just find myself like,
just
where do you
chill
fit
out.
it in?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I've started watching with my youngest. He'd never seen any of the Marvel films, so we've started at the sort of with Iron Man, so in the MCU, and we've got as far as with Avengers is the next one. So it's like Iron Man 2, and Captain America and Thor. We've watched, and I absolutely loved revisiting them. It's been so long since I've sat down and watched them. And ones like Captain America, which I think when it came out I didn't really take much notice of, I adore that film. I just think it's such a special film. Yeah. And they've got a magic about them. Some of those have got a real, especially in that one, got real sort of magic about them. I absolutely love them. So I'm enjoying that. I just know I'm going to get to a point though where it'll be a bit
the older
grindy.
projects I feel had a bit more, I guess, like heart behind them, because it was, I mean, the MCU was really like the first sort of big project that had come of its kind. Like, I know DC had been making like films and stuff, and Marvel had stuff before that, but it was the first time they all kind of connected with one another, and people were so excited about it and so invested in the stories because we were meeting these characters that we were told we're going to have for years, and we did. We had them for like a decade, and then now I feel like it's just kind of, well, let's make money, let's get them out, and it's like, I don't care anymore. Like,
and also as fans, I think the mega fans like yourself, Connie, are I think we're almost too impatient as well. We want it yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's some people that are just like,
when you've seen the schedule and it's like in 2032, you're going to get blah blah blah. Oh God's sake!
Well, this is the thing. We know that what the end. I don't want to say end game because that was the last one, but we know how this one kind of gets to. You know, I can't even remember what the last one is now, but Kang Dynasty, or is this?
Just make a name up. It's fine.
Yeah. Phase 5 or 6, they announced them both at the same time, so I don't know which one's which. Like,
and what's amazing is once we get to the end of that, we'll have that big finale like we did with Endgame, and then it will all start again with.
And then they'll reboot Iron Man, and we'll just.
Well, that'll be Ironheart by then, won't it? Ironheart will be the front runner.
Just some news. A new listener, Lauren Taylor. Hi, Lauren. New season begins filming tomorrow of It's Only Sunny. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There you go.
Lauren is actually the reason that I started watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We, for a couple of years in a row, we put up her Christmas tree together. Lauren's my best friend, but so we put up her Christmas tree together, and one time she put an episode on, and I don't think I helped with the Christmas tree at all. I think I just sat there and I was like, I'm obsessed with this. What is this? She just put the Christmas tree up herself. I was like,
but it's her fault, isn't it? She put it on.
Yeah.
So
full blame to Lauren there. Okay, last one. Favorite food or meal?
Spaghetti bolognese.
I was going to lie about this one.
Yeah,
Pot
that's
noodles,
it.
but to be fair, I do love a pot noodle. I would eat a pot
What
noodle.
flavour? I'm intrigued.
Chicken and mushroom, extra
Yeah,
soy
that's-
sauce, chili flakes, sorted.
Chili flakes.
Sometimes
That's,
hot sauce as well.
mm,
You're pimping them up. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's a
Yeah.
gourmet pot noodle, you know. None of this. I got it for 50p in Tesco shite, you know. Like, say shite.
You say what you want.
I was going to say, it's after 9 o'clock, the watershed's over, I can say what I want.
That's it. The kids were all asleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can, yeah.
Here.
Your kids can't listen.
That's it. Go to bed. Well, spaghetti bolognese. Is that the second time we've had spaghetti bolognese as an answer?
We've had spaghetti meatballs. What was the other one we had? I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah.
I worked in a large Scandinavian furniture store for a very long time.
Which one?
Don't know of any of those.
You may have heard of it, but no, I can't look at meatballs. Oh,
Really?
Other Scandinavian furniture shops are available as well.
Are they?
there is more than one.
I love meatballs from
I thought you were going to say
IKEA.
what the other one was.
No, IKEA meatballs with mashed
you said it.
potato, the lingonberry jam. Oh, yeah.
To be
Gravy,
fair,
that thick, sludgy gravy all over it. Yeah.
the IKEA mashed potatoes are like insanely good. Like they're outstanding. But I think it's just serving so many in a row. Because I worked in the bit at the end of the store, so we would be the last ones people come to, and everyone wants like a little pot of meatballs with the gravy. And when I first started working there, I was like, yes, this is so good, because we got them for free as staff. It's like part of like a staff incentive. And I think I just overdid it. So now it's just spaghetti bolognese.
I'm sure people always say this. It's like if you like McDonald's, not that I've ever worked in any sort of fast food restaurant, but again, I think you can pretty much help yourself there, or maybe you get 1 free meal a day or whatever. But you would, wouldn't you? If you eat the same thing over and over, you get sick of it.
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing, as they say.
Exactly.
Can I just raise, James T. Geegan has said throw a boiled egg in there. Are you referring to the pot noodle? Is what I want to know, because that's like...
I thought he was talking about the thing in It's Always Sunny, where Danny DeVito's character always has an egg.
I don't know.
He
You know
definitely
better
does,
than
yeah.
me.
What's funny about this as well is that Matt despises eggs.
In all forms.
In all forms.
Absolutely all forms.
not-
And I've tried them. It's not just me saying, oh, I don't like egg. I've tried fried and boiled and omelettes and like everything. And
Scrambled, everything.
Yeah, and the smell and the texture of egg, like rubber. Ugh, no.
To be fair, I wouldn't make them myself. I get really icked out by like the clear stringy bits when you
Yeah. And to confirm, he was referring to putting a boiled egg in a pot noodle.
Ew.
My word, that's just...
Why would you do that to a pot noodle?
It's criminal, isn't it? I just imagine you'd stir it and it'd start breaking up in there.
You imagine
I went to
water.
Oh.
The other day, Matt, just to let you know, I went to Zach's, which is an American diner here in Norfolk. It's we had the owners of Zach's on many years ago. It seems like now.
It is an institution in Norwich.
It
It's
is.
such a well-known place, and it's incredible.
amazing.
The burgers are incredible.
And I had a C&B, which is a cheese and bacon burger with an egg, fried egg on it, fried egg in my burger. It was amazing.
No,
Faults, Connie?
I love that for you.
exactly.
We didn't choose it for me, but I love it for you.
If you want to be that person, James, you be that person,
Yeah,
but not,
you embrace your
not
truth.
on my watch. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Keep it to yourself.
Okay. Just want to do a quick shout out. Sorry to interrupt, guys. I've got a few birthdays. Friends of mine who are celebrating birthdays today. I just thought I'd give them a shout out because, you know, they're probably listening. First up,
Nice touch.
celebrating his 52nd birthday. I'm not 52, just for the record. I'm a bit younger than him, but I've got older friends as well. Celebrating his 52nd birthday today. Friend of yours as well, Matt. Matthew Lillard.
All right.
Star of Scream, wasn't he in the original
Yes,
Scream
this
movie?
is Scream.
Scooby-Doo 1 and 2.
Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Scooby-Doo. We did try to get Matthew on the show once. He never replied.
He didn't reply. So
no.
thanks, Matthew.
Also,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Matthew. Hope you're having a good day. And 48, just a bit younger than Matthew. Ed Helms, who obviously everyone knows from the Hangover movie. Come on, Ed Helms, come on.
Is he the one who plays piano?
Now you're asking questions. He's the one who had his tooth knocked out by Mike Tyson.
That guy, yeah, I know who you mean.
He's the one who wakes up with a tattoo, and he's got the tattoo on his face.
The one who sings the songs and plays piano.
I haven't seen the film for so long, Connie. So I'll
just say yes. Just say yes. It's that guy.
We'll say yes,
definitely that guy.
I'm sure.
I remember that time we went out for a beer, and he told me about that piano scene. I remember now. Yeah.
He had to learn it just for that.
Happy birthday, Ed, or Eddie, as we obviously call you. And last but not least, probably our oldest friend Matt, who's celebrating his 81st birthday today. I don't know how he's still going, to be honest. Neil Diamond, happy birthday,
Neil Diamond, yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline, still raking in the money. That one.
Yeah.
And fair play to you, mate. I hope you're having a good day. Anyway, moving on. Should we have a bit of question mark? We haven't had question mark.
So is this the first one of this series? Because it feels like it is. I don't know.
I feel like he possibly done one.
He bothered the first week, maybe.
And then he went silent. He ghosted us for a bit, but to be fair, he's kind of ghosted us on this one. But let's listen, Connie, and see what Mark's asking us this week. Question mark.
Hey guys, if you were in the apocalypse, which celebrity would you like to be with? You can't have Bear Grylls or such.
Question mark. Hey guys. Mark's voice has changed, Matt.
It's changed a little bit. Yeah,
I feel like he's been having elocution lessons. Is that right? Elocution lessons?
Yes, that's right.
Good word for me. He'll be proud. So what he wants to know is if we were in an apocalypse, and again, this probably links a bit back to The Last of Us, which kind of is a bit of a zombie apocalypse, I'd say.
And James T. Geegan is fast on the decision of Pedro Pascal. There you
go. We can't hear you, Connie.
Oh, hello.
Oh no, you're back.
Yeah,
you're back. That's fine. Just to confirm, you would want Pedro Pascal. Phil from Phil's Nerdiverse, he wants The Rock. I'm guessing he means Dwayne Johnson in character.
In character, in his little budgie smugglers and boots.
In the black turtleneck with his gold chain.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. That'd be more practical, wouldn't it, in an apocalypse?
Yeah.
What do you think?
You can't have Bear Grylls or anyone like Bear Grylls, who is kind of known for that sort of survival shit.
Yeah.
I want to say Pedro Pascal because why would I not want to spend an apocalypse with Pedro Pascal? But you know,
is that a bit like me saying I'd really like to spend it with Rachel Riley? She won't actually save me.
She could get you out of any tricky maths situations that you might get into.
Brings up.
I mean, realistically, what celebrity could keep us safe in an apocalypse? Like,
my answer.
Yeah,
my answer to this is Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is a good-looking guy, so he'd be nice to have around. And he's got that. He knows judo.
He does.
He could handle himself in the situation, and I think he's a little bit feral. So I think he'd be all right.
Yeah,
isn't he? He's got that thing about him where he'd eat out the bins, and he'd be fine with it.
I was going to say he has such rogue energy. I feel like he would just fear nothing. Like, though I also feel like the cast of The Walking Dead played those characters for so long. Like, I mean, like way too long, in my opinion. Maybe one of them, because I feel like if you play a character for that amount of time in survival,
they are that character.
They are that character now. So like, maybe the guy that played, like, I don't know, like, I'm going to pretend like I've watched it. Daryl, Is that one of them? The guy.
Oh,
this
Daryl. Yeah,
one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I'm going to agree with you.
We'll say Daryl. We'll go with
I
that.
watched one episode in The Walking Dead. Really enjoyed that first episode. Like, number one episode.
Then never watched it again.
You enjoyed it
watch it
so
again.
much.
No.
You didn't want to ruin
Exactly.
it. You just thought
Yeah.
that was great. Not
It's
going
good.
back.
There's a great shout actually from Comic Lag Simon, Nancy Wheeler from Stranger Things.
I haven't seen
She-
it.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm going to judge you on that one. I'm afraid, Connie, because that's something you need to get involved with.
It was one of those shows that everyone was like, you'll love, you'll be obsessed with.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm not watching it then. And now I feel like I've just made it such a stance that I'm not going to watch it, that I
Yeah.
can't.
You need to watch it.
I done the same, Connie, and then I watched season 1 and absolutely loved it. I've not
Also,
watched
those
season 2, 3 or 4, but
Those kids are like 25. Like, why are they still playing like 15-year-olds? Like, surely that's...
Yeah.
it's
That is a
gotta be
concern for, I've said this before, the concern for the next season. It's going to be out until about 2 or 3 years, and you think, God, they're mid-30s by then. But
Yeah.
we'll be all right. Yeah, Nancy Wheeler as a character, I've always found her a bit, I don't know, she's borderline annoying as a character, I found.
which one's Nancy? Is she the sister?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she's quite annoying. My pick would have to be I'm thinking of like someone a bit like what you said, Matt, who's a bit but he is actually quite good at kind of martial arts and things. I reckon he'd be quite good. Keanu Reeves. I'm sure he does
It'd be cool to
Yeah.
have with you, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He'd calm you down, I think.
Yeah.
He'd just
It was
have a
either
chat with
him
you
or-
and say, James, it's all right. And you'd be okay.
It was either him or
Yeah.
or Tom Cruise because he does all his own
Oh,
stunts.
no,
But
you wouldn't want Tom
No.
Cruise.
You get like
It-
indoctrinated into a cult. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. He'd put you through some Scientology procedure to
You're
save
already in an apocalypse. Why would you want to join Scientology too? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
one thing at a
James,
time.
James T. Keegan says that Keanu Reeves is good with guns too. So
And
He is
so
John Wick.
nice.
you.
Like,
He's a lovely guy. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Like-
and he's quite funny as well. He's got a good sense of humour.
Yeah.
You know, he obviously done.
Bill and Ted.
Hey, Bill and Ted. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, my brain is not working. So yeah, some good options there, and I've seen loads of people in the comments. Loads of people have said Pedro Pascal. So yeah, he seems to be a strong
the Pedro
shout.
Pascal fan club's out tonight, you know?
Yeah. But so neither of you two have watched The Last of Us, episodes 1 and 2, which came out on early hours of Monday morning. I watched episode 2, and honestly, guys, I couldn't recommend it anymore. I think this is going to be the show that lights the flame. I've said this in a comment on one of our posts. It's going to be the one that lights the flame on game adaptations into TV shows, because I think this is absolutely hitting every right note at the moment. Last night's episode, or night before, just incredible, and it's probably one of the first ones that I've actually watched, and visually, obviously the storyline, I played the game. I know neither of you two have, but I played the game, and it's so close to the story in the game, which was fantastic. But the visuals in this and the actual, setup for the sets and everything is incredible. It does actually look like you're looking at some of these sites, and I know kind of technology and all that's moved on for films now, like beyond what it was when we were all younger, but it's just visually stunning. And they've also done some really cool camera angles where it is almost in that kind of third person view where you're looking at the characters from behind. So it has got that sort of game feel to it as well, which I think is really good. Not all the time, just occasionally, and it's just a nice little touch in it. But the clickers in it as well. Oh God, that I have actually got a picture to show you, which I uploaded. I can quickly show you. This scene. Oh my God, one of the people that's been infected and whatnot, basically.
Oh, it's got hair coming out of his mouth. That's
Yeah,
rough,
that's
isn't it?
like the fungi that's coming out of its face, and then that kind of zombie thing there kisses her. She's
Ooh.
already been bitten, so she's gonna turn into one anyway. But it basically connects lips with her, and then all them bits go into her mouth. It's hideous.
That's rough, isn't it?
I won't tell you what
really
happened, but honestly, it's just a great show.
Is it following? What I'm interested to know is the first season following the first game, and then the second season following the second game, and so on? Because there was two.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
right,
part two, yeah. To my knowledge, yes. From what I remember, I think it is. And I've been reading a few articles where there's like, oh, look at this in comparison to what happened in the game, and blah blah blah. But the characters are just fantastic, and not to blow smoke up him because I think we've done it enough tonight. But Pedro Pascal, again, he's brilliant as Joel,
the hero of the world.
Yeah,
at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, which makes it more kind of obvious why everyone's picking him for this question. So thanks to Marc for sending in a question in some format. Matt, what news things have caught your eye this week, if any?
Well, I've used up my news story, which was the TikTok one, unfortunately, so I'll have to hand that back to you or to Connie.
Well, mine is, I feel like we're just talking about Pedro Pascal so much.
Oh, not him again.
But the Mandalorian season 3 trailer dropped this past week. But so I'm a big Star Wars person. If you didn't know, I'm a nerd. Star Wars was like my my gateway drug into like fandom culture, I guess. Like one of my earliest memories is watching like Revenge of the Sith with my brother when I was a kid. So like it's always been one of those things. So I love like Star Wars, anything Star Wars adjacent. But I don't want to ruin the trailer because I know some people don't want to know what is like lined
It's the
up.
first trailer, it's fine.
Okay, so in it, he basically talks that he's going to Mandalore, and I am so excited to see like Mandalore now because it was in the Clone Wars, the cartoon, but we haven't seen it to the best of my knowledge anyway. Because someone will always say, "No, we did. It was in the background."
Actually.
You'll find,
To my knowledge, we haven't seen a live action version of Mandalore, and it might finally give us some answers to some things that have been left over from Clone Wars, like what happened to Corky, what happened to the rest of like basically the entire planet, because Boba Fett basically says that the planet has essentially been like turned to glass, so I want to know what he's going to find there. And like that'd
be amazing.
Matt, you've still not watched the trailer, have you?
I've still not watched it. No, I will at some point. Oh no, I don't know why in the past week I've not really watched anything. To be a busy guy, exactly. That's what it is. But I've remembered a story. No, I did have. I was lying a little bit. I saw today Ryan Johnson, who has just had great success with the Knives Out, Glass Onion, which I absolutely loved. There's a TV series coming out, which is Poker Face. It's called.
There's some Easter eggs I read in Glass Onion. I think there's some Easter eggs for Poker Face.
Well, the actress Natasha Lyonne, I'm guessing, or Lyon, that is pronounced. She's one of the people who are playing Among Us right in the beginning of the program, beginning in the film. So she's sort of featured in it in that way. But it looks like a really interesting series. She's someone who can tell if people are lying. So she travels America solving murders and crimes. So like when the review I read of it, it was a bit like Murder She Wrote, but with a person going around who can. She's got some sort of psychic power and that can allow her to tell when people are lying or not. Just sounds like a really interesting story, and I've got a lot of faith in him from what he's done recently with things like Knives Out. It should be a really good watch. The trailer looks fantastic for it.
I don't know if I'm uncreative, but when you said that she goes around solving crimes and she has the ability to know if people are lying or not, I feel like it would just be a show of her going, "Did you kill them? No, you're lying."
You did.
You did. And I've got the proof. It's in
She did it. Yeah.
5-minute episodes they are. That's it. Yeah.
It's for the TikTok generation. It's just snappy crime solving. It's done.
top 5-star reviews. You know, the she's probably one of the best. It's one of the best superpowers going, if you can tell someone's lying or not. So you know,
it probably comes in handy solving crime. I imagine it's probably one of the more
related, isn't it? Definitely.
I've got several things that I've shared this week on our Instagram page, so I won't share all of them on the show because go and check out our Insta page and you'll see some of the news articles that I've shared, including Matt Tron 3 is picking up some speed now with Jared Leto, who's going to be in it.
I love the second Tron film, Tron Legacy, I think it's called, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I probably enjoyed that more than the first Tron film. I know the first Tron film is iconic, but I think it's one that does suffer from its age now in terms of the effects and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed the second one.
And another one that kind of stood out to me is, Connie, have you seen the classic film Ghost?
With Patrick Swayze?
Yeah. Have you heard that they're going to be doing a remake of that?
No. Why?
Tell me about it. Because no one's got any new ideas anymore. That's the problem.
Is this going to be like when they redid Ghostbusters? Not to sound anti-feminist, but did they need to make them girls? Not really.
I really enjoyed that Ghostbusters. No,
I mean, it was funny, and I liked it, but I liked it because it was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it brought anything new to like the Ghostbusters.
Oh no, I see it almost like it's a standalone film. To be honest, it's not. It's
like the multiverse version of.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
In another universe, yeah. So they're going to remake it. It's going to. Rob, obviously, Patrick Swayze's not about, so he can't do it. Channing Tatum's going to be the lead on it.
Oh. No, I'm not impressive.
They're going to.
That's my reaction as well. It's spoiled it for me already. Hearing Channing Tatum's in it.
They're going to change it up. They're going to change up the story so it fits in with kind of the modern day. So I'm guessing there won't be the famous clay, the pot making scene. It'll probably be texting on the phone. It'd be so funny if they're playing a game like Candy Crush on their phone, and then all of a sudden the ghost comes around and does the moves with her.
When's the level for it?
Weird.
That's weird. But then it's not Ghost, because like when you think of Ghost, you think of that scene. Like it's so pivotal to the movie.
Yeah.
Just making up words too.
It's actually a unique film as well. I think in terms of the storyline, it's quite a bold storyline as such, and not really like anything that has come since. Someone probably will say there has been a film that's very similar, but it's quite unique.
I just quickly want to say the last bit of news I have is actually linked to, and maybe I'll do this as a weekly update, Matt, but I said that my New Year's resolution is that I want to watch at least one new movie a week that I haven't seen before. And the one this week, there will be a review coming out in the next couple of days, probably. I watched The Menu on Disney Plus. Has anyone seen that?
No, but it's on my list. I have a list. I keep telling people, I'll add it to the list, but the list never gets shorter. I never actually do it.
Yeah.
But that one I am actually interested in.
Yeah.
Sounds really
I
good.
didn't know anything about it. I assumed it was going to be food related. And and I must say, I thought it was really good, but wait till you see the review. And I'd recommend people go and check it out.
Is it a new film, an old film?
No, it's a new film. It came out,
Right.
Well, it's only probably Connie, you might know, last few weeks, I'd say. Maybe
it definitely came out I think it came out this year.
Yeah.
So,
and the cast is great. Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, she's brilliant in it, and Nicholas Hoult. So, yeah, really, really good, and others in there. Check it out, Matt. I think you might like that. But with just a short amount of time left to go in this episode, it's now time for James T. Keegan to pop up with his dulcet tones and say,
"Anniversary spread."
Oh, God. It's that time of the week again where we pit our guest against our host, Matt, one of the co-hosts. Last week, he was up against Kev, And unfortunately, Matt prevailed to make it 1-1 in this season against now worse girls who, to be fair, there was 2 of them. So no pressure, Connie. But for those...
also can't see the chat because I'm on my phone. So,
okay. So well,
I'm at a disadvantage here.
Well, handicapped as well. So it's going to be tough. But listen, I've got every faith in you to prevail in this. I'm always rooting for the guests. So sorry, Matt. For those that don't know, if you are new here, if you're one of Connie's friends joining the anniversary spread, I will list 5, could be a movie, could be an album, could be a game, could be a book, could be whatever, that's celebrating its anniversary today. So it was released on this day, the 24th of January, in a particular year. All I will ask is that the guest and the host suggest a year that they think it's the anniversary of when that came out, and it's the closest to the marker. So the closest to 0 at the end wins. No one's going to get 0, I guarantee that. If you do, there's some sort of shenanigans going on. But
so there's definitely a really rogue
option
in here, as usual.
Anyway,
it's usually in the game. The game is not normally like
usually like
I know. There was one called, was it like Mental Banana or something like that? Was the game one week.
Exactly. Shane's just said, spread them for the ladies, lads. Oh, come on, Shane, keep it clean.
We don't want HR involved.
HR, they've got the night off tonight. Anyway, let's kick off. So, Connie, you are the guest, so you will go first on the first one. Today is the anniversary of the movie Chicago.
Oh, I know this.
Okay, so have a little think, and
maybe I don't know this. Oh no, I don't. I'm thinking of Cabaret.
What year do you think Chicago was released on this day? What's in your mind? What are you thinking?
2003.
Okay, and there's a few guesses. I won't tell you what they are, just because I don't want that to sway you. But is that your final guess?
2003. We're going with the gut feeling on that one.
Okay, Matt, what have you got?
I'm going to say 1999 for that one.
A few years off of Connie's guess there.
See, now I'm nervous. It was a 90s movie. 2003.
Okay.
It was the one with Lady Marmalade as the song, wasn't it? Wasn't that Chicago?
No, that was Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, that was it. Yeah.
I can reveal it was the film starring Catherine Zeta-Jones and Richard Gere.
Oh, really?
And the year, there was a few guesses, by the way. James T. Keegan, 2003. Shane, 2004. Martin, 2004. Comic Lads, there's 2002. It was out in 2003. Well done, Connie. Oh. Direct hit. Matt, 4 out. So, Connie, you're already winning. You've already got that advantage. Next up, Matt will go on this one first. Today, Matt, is the anniversary that Apple unveiled the Macintosh personal computer.
So the original
Macintosh personal computer. What year was it unveiled?
1985, I'm going to guess.
Okay. Now, Connie, you can use that as a guide if you're not 100% sure. You could think he's well out. You could think it was last year.
1984.
Was that a tactical guess?
No, I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I feel like it's maybe a bit later. It's definitely the 80s though, right? Like that.
Well, the guesses in the comments are 88, 86, 87 and 84.
86 was my gut, but I'm going to go with 84.
86 was a great year.
Don't know why.
Wasn't alive.
I don't know why. I can reveal that one of you has a direct hit. That's which is great. I can reveal that it was unveiled in 1984. 2 direct hits, buddy.
I thought it was going to be 86.
What is going on here, Matt?
Dominating this game, aren't you?
Okay.
God.
That was a really good guess. It's because it looks like an 80s thing. Like it was in what was that movie that they did about Steve Jobs? Was it just called Steve Jobs?
I know what one you're on about. Yeah, the one with Bradley Cooper. That one.
Yeah, it was like a biopic type of one after he died. I went to the cinema to see that.
Ashton Kutcher played Steve Jobs.
Was
Is that the one? Did he play it?
I thought it was Bradley Cooper.
I think he has in one. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
I think a couple of different people play him throughout it. It's because it's about like his life as it goes, and then you get
just to let you know, Connie, there's a lot of fans in the room. Shane says, "Come on, Connie, clean sweep."
I need to win something because I'm never going to win the quiz. So if I win this, I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to
we don't usually have a prize, unfortunately, but I do have these freshly printed James Steele This Week in Metropolis stickers.
Which so everyone wants.
We'll send one of those to you.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, God, now that'd go perfectly.
That'd look really good on there, actually.
It'll be in the post.
And I'm not just saying that because it's me. Anyway. Okay, Connie, back to you.
Okay.
In what year was the album 21 by Adele released? 21.
Oh, good God.
Are you a fan, by the way?
I am. Well, I would say that I am, but I don't. Right, so I'm trying to remember what the newest one was called, because then I can do the maths on that. Because I know when the new one came out, and they're to do with her age.
Just to for the listeners, because it's a bit silent, I'm going to just let you know. Phil said 2012. Shane says 2015.
I'm going to say 2013.
Okay.
If my maths is right, it's probably not.
Matt.
I was actually going to say 2013. No,
you can say that if you want to.
I'm going to go with 2013.
Okay.
Because I honestly have no idea with this.
Because I think the one that came out last year was 30.
Yeah, I think it was.
And then doing the maths, take 9 off 30 off 2022 to 2013.
Okay. I can reveal that it was 2011. So 2 years out for both of you. That pushes you on to 2, Connie. Matt, you're on to +7, so there is 2 in it.
I led you astray on that one, Matt, sorry.
You did.
Bad influence.
Well done to James T. Keegan and to Martin from Sonic's Comics. Both direct hits. Okay, Matt, back to you for the penultimate anniversary spread. The film, which I believe was an adaptation of a book, Dear John. Dear John. Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
The pressure's on, Matt.
That doesn't mean I know when it came out.
That is true.
I think there was a TV series many, many years ago with this.
What was that?
I remember when I was little. So a long while ago.
Okay, some guesses coming in already.
1982 is what I'm guessing. But I have no idea. Absolutely no idea with this one. Connie, just to let you know, the guesses coming in are 1993, 2010, 2005, and 2008. So they're all very much disagreeing with me.
So my story about this movie is I tried to go to the cinema to see it, but I wasn't old enough.
So you've just blown that line.
Really messed it up.
It came out in 2010, I'm going to say, because it was a 15 and I wasn't 15, and I was 15 2012. So I'm going to say 2010.
I love the knowledge. I love the thinking back there.
Starring Channing Tatum, according to James T. Keegan.
It does. It does have Channing Tatum in it.
Wow.
I can reveal, Matt, it's a direct hit again for Connie, 2010.
Wow.
Why have you not seen Dear John? watched
I've
Channing
never
Tatum's
heard
best
of it.
performance.
For some reason, I
Absolutely never
thought
heard
it
of
had what's his name? I didn't think it was Channing Tatum. I thought
Do you think it was the guy that was in The Notebook?
no
Ryan Gosling?
Josh Hartnett, or is it Hartnett or Harkett?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know who you
know
mean,
who
Josh
that is.
Hartnett.
Yeah.
I
What was
have
he
no
in
idea.
that?
Oh, I don't know.
All right.
I can picture his face. I've no idea what he's done other than
Well,
that.
I mean,
I don't know who
absolutely
he is.
blown the score here, by the way, guys.
I may as well not even bother for the
Well,
rest of it.
You
I
might
can
win it
reveal-
back. I might play
Matt,
on this
I'm not
next one.
going
If it's
to.
a game, you've got
Matt,
it.
you was 28 out there, so you've moved on to
Exactly.
plus 35. Connie, direct hit, you're on plus 2. This might be the lowest score that we've ever had, or the
Thanks
closest.
for the
Yeah.
chick flicks. I love musicals and I love
Do-
Channing Tatum movies from 2010.
Do you
So,
know what? Well, this anniversary spread was quite tough. There was not a great deal of anniversaries today. Maybe it's this particular day. The last one. Sorry, Matt, you're going to say something.
No.
Do you think it's a fix?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
Okay,
It's
okay.
you saying about shenanigans.
Hmm.
Oh, so much. You're back. Well, we lost you, but we can't hear you. Connie cannot. No, we can't hear you,
can't hear
Connie. We can't lose you when you're winning.
The viewers can
this
see
much.
that she's shouting lots of expletives at the moment.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
just on for a moment. She will. I know she'll rejoin. But wow, what a landslide at the moment. I mean, you know, like you said, we might as well just add it now. Let's just
I
add
feel
it.
completely out of my depth in some of
Sorry,
these.
just wanted to hold on to my win there. So
That's brilliant.
I was
You
gonna leave.
create some tension for the last question that
I was
we've got.
quickly Googling broke things that came out in
That's it.
Yeah, I bet you
January.
did.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shane
That's what I-
just said 3 out of 4 direct hits. Connie is going to sink Matt's battleship.
It depends
Yeah.
on what this last question is.
Okay, so Connie, because you are currently winning, you will
Okay.
go first on this one.
Okay.
It's a game,
Mhm.
and I picked this because, ironically, it's the name that my granddad used to call me when I was little.
Cute.
That has no relevance, or it might have relevance.
Okay.
Who knows? And the game is called Jambo. That's right. My granddad used to call me Jambo.
Well, you said that 1986 was a really good year for you, so I'm assuming you were born in 1986.
Oh, it was a great year.
So
Yeah.
then it had to be around, I'm going to say 1993.
Okay. Okay, Matt. Just before you guess,
Because you said younger.
you are currently you need a swing of 34 to win.
Which that means the game would have to come out in the 60s, basically,
Or
or the future.
Or it came
not
out
the future.
now.
93. Oh yeah. No, hang on.
Yeah. So it's
Sorry, my
30
maths
years
isn't very
ago,
good
isn't
today.
it?
That's a lot of matters.
I have no idea what this is. I'm going to say 2007 as a complete guess.
Okay.
Could be. I've never heard of this game. Where do you find these games?
I don't know where he finds these games. It's madness.
I own them all.
Do you just have like a spreadsheet that you just go down for every like day of the year?
He just makes them up, I think,
make
is
it up.
what he does. Yeah.
Does anybody double check these? Because he might.
No. Not
I can reveal that Jambo was released on Steam. Matt,
right.
you won't know Steam, Connie, probably.
I do.
You do. Oh, well, you should know Jambo then.
I've
Such a
clearly
huge
not
hit.
seen-
It was released on Steam on 2018. So, with
You've
that,
still won.
Connie, you were 25
okay.
out, which takes you up to 27. Matt, you were 11 out, which takes you up to 46. This week's winner is Connie.
The girls are really bringing it this season.
The girls are.
Yeah.
And I've said this, Matt, we need to get less girls on the show because, you're going to...
You know what the comic book community needs? Less girls.
No, that's it. There's just so many, isn't there?
It's
Oh, they're everywhere.
Those poor lads don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
We're taking over.
Amazing. I'm sorry, I've just seen a comment as well from James T. Keegan. I think based on my maths, he said it comes out in 6 years. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Pre-release.
There's lots of congrats coming in for you, Connie. Martin, Connie. Yeah. Well done, Connie.
The one
Simon,
quiz I will win this year.
Autumn. Kaylee. Who's Kaylee? We don't know. One of your friends, I assume. Woohoo, Connie. Hi. Another one of Connie's friends, I'm guessing. Daniel Massey.
Ah, hi.
Hello. All your fans have come to witness this glorious, and you win one of them prizes that Matt kindly held. Not that.
I'm gonna have the pound.
Come on.
Yeah, well, it's pre-loved as such, but yeah.
Unbelievable. You had the option of a 3/4 drunk pint or a picture of me and just goes 3/4 pint.
Go for the pint.
Story of my life.
Okay.
Well done, Connie. You have now taken the guests into a series lead of 2-1.
I will be really smug about this for the foreseeable future. Thank you so much.
You should do, definitely.
Yeah. I'm prouder of this than I am of my PhD. So
wow,
amazing.
That's a bold statement, isn't it?
What
did you do your PhD in?
I'm still doing it. It's on food policy in the UK. It's a bit depressing. Not to bring the mood down or anything.
No, tell me more.
Guys, settle round. I'm going to ruin the night.
We're live for another hour.
I depress everyone. Woo!
How long is a PhD? How long does it take?
3 years. So I'm 2 years into it now. So this time next year, hopefully I'll be Dr. Dalton.
Oh,
nice.
Well, let's put that in the diary, Matt. This time next year, we're getting Connie on. Sorry, we're getting Dr. Connie on.
Yeah.
Tell us all about food. What was it?
Food policy.
Yeah.
President, your man's all rush back.
Matt, I don't know about you, but I can already visualise the artwork for the episode as well.
Little burgers and avocados floating about in the corner.
And question marks.
And Connie there with like a stethoscope or whatever it is,
on the burger.
Because you're a doctor.
Is anybody in here a doctor? Me?
Yeah. It's going to happen.
Hello. This burger needs saving. Brilliant. Well, listen, Matt, have you got anything else that you'd like to ask?
No, apart from the standard question, Connie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Sunstorms and Thunderclouds. Might be better to link that one because it will.
We have already. It's down there if you want to find that. So yeah.
I need to change it. I never got round. It's been my username for like 10 years now. I feel like it's like.
Where does it come from? What's the origin of that?
It was a randomized URL on like Stardoll in 2007, and I just adopted it as my personality for the rest of my life, apparently. So, yeah.
Nice.
Wish it had a nice story. It doesn't.
Just make one up because you made all your other favourite things up.
I like to lie, so I'll lie about that too.
Yeah.
Change it, put it on like a Tinder bio, the full lie.
Martin's just come up with a suggestion. Change it to Dr. Connie.
Yeah.
Dr. Connie sometimes reads comics or books.
What about the Con Doctor? Just merging.
It sounds like I'm going to steal people's money and give them like iffy lip fillers.
That's where I was going with that one. And then you could go, actually, my name's Connie. It's
like a true crime documentary waiting to happen.
Exactly. Well, listen, Connie, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. We've had such a laugh, and I hope you have enjoyed your first visit to This Week in Metropolis. We'd love to have you on again in the future, definitely, once you are. But you do need to be a fully fledged doctor.
Okay.
Just the rule.
Just the rules. If you want a second appearance, that's it.
No, but all jokes aside. Can't you just pay for them, pay some dodgy site to get?
pay to be like a minister online, like to officiate weddings. So I'm assuming you can buy a doctorate somewhere.
Okay. Matt, we should look into this future episodes.
Yeah, I think you should get ordained, James. Definitely. that would be.
This would look quite good with a little what do they call it? The
dog collar.
Yeah, dog collar. Yeah. I mean, I've actually got 2 dog collars that I could use, but they're for dogs.
That might look a bit in.
That's
might
more,
look
more
like something
fetish,
else.
rather than holy.
It might look a bit more like Secret Life of Dogs than the Holy Bible. So.
Yeah.
Or Secret Life of James.
Don't think Jesus would be too clean.
Channel 5 documentary coming your way.
Indeed. Well, listen, as I say, it's been an absolute pleasure. Do check it out if you're watching. Thanks to everyone who's joined us live tonight. The show will be updated onto all podcast formats at some time this evening. Connie will harass you throughout the week with segments that Matt's kindly edited and, because he finds them funny. So you'll be harassed with loads of tagging this week. I hope you don't mind. But until next week, who we got next week, Matt?
Just us, isn't it? I think next week.
Oh, well, that'll be fun.
That'll be a dry show, won't it?
Lots of preparing to do. Anyway, listen, it's been a pleasure, Connie. Stay there. We'll say goodbye to you properly afterwards. But until next week, everyone, we will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite service. Past and future episodes can be found on all major streaming platforms, including Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also contact James and Matt via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. They will return in the next This Week in Metropolis.